Hello, video here for Bring On Da Band Percussion 1 bass drum. This song, really the biggest thing you want to keep track of is not getting lost in the parts. In other words, keeping your place. I'll tell you a little bit how to do that. And also keeping attention to the dynamics, the volume levels. You can tell right at the beginning, under the first note is big letter F, which means forte, loud. In our case, we don't need to be like super loud because that'll easily overpower. So if you keep it right in the middle to start as your forte, be fine. And the other dynamic in here is MF, which is mezzo forte, medium loud, so a little bit softer than that. So we'll keep it like that. Things to think about while you're watching this. Make sure you have your music in front of you. This way, while I'm talking about the different parts, you can look at them, right? Because otherwise, what's the point? And counting along. Since you have your part is percussion, you're in charge of the rhythm, you're in charge of maintaining the pulse of this group. So if you get lost or if your beat is erratic, it's going to kind of make everything weird for everybody else. So make sure you got a nice steady beat. And one thing I would highly recommend that you have is one of these, a metronome. Come in all different kinds, all different levels of fanciness. But basically, you're just keeping a steady beat for yourself. Here's the beat I'm going to use for this. I have it set to 100, which means that this thing is going to beep 100 times in a minute. That higher sound is the sound of beat 1. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let you know when it starts over again. So we'll keep this. Tap your foot along as you play. You don't want to hear it. Just a little tap in your shoe is fine. Count along with yourself silently. 1, 2, 3, as you go. All right, so starting here, mostly you have quarter notes and quarter rests. That's pretty much it. A couple of spots like in 13, 21, 37, 41, you have more than that. You have 3 beat rests and 4 beat rests. So just keep that in mind while you play. Here is, I'm just going to play the whole thing since it's pretty much self-explanatory what's there. I'm just going to play the whole thing through. I'll call out all the big numbers, the ones in the square as you go. Those are the big rehearsal letters, different sections. Things to note, 13 to 21 to 29, this is the drum feature. So the horns will play a little bit, and then it's just percussion section together for a couple of seconds, for a couple of bars. So those parts, super important to get those because you're going to stick out because that's your feature. So here's what it sounds like, right? Starting from the beginning, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 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 rest. Measure 4, measure 5, rest, 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 8, 9, 11. Next line 12. Rest 13. 2, 3, 4, 14, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Rest. Rest 17. 2, 3, 18. 2, 19. 21. 22. 23. That's at the beginning. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 33, 36, 37, 2, 41, 42, 45, nice and loud. 49, comes the ending, 51, 52, 52, 53, 2, 3, 4, 54. All right. So a little thing at the end there. Finally, you have something different at the end. Oh my gosh! So it's definitely a spot you don't want to miss. So if you go 2 measures to the end, 53 to 54, you play on the first beat of 53. Play, rest, rest, rest. First beat of 54 is also a rest. You gotta let it go. Then you play on 2 and 3, and then everybody's out at 4. So here is what that sounds like. One more time. 53, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right. Obviously, you don't have a bass drum at home, so practice with your drumsticks is fine. You could play it on a pad just like anything else. The important part is that you get the rhythms right. All right. Sounds great. I hope you practice, and we get this rocking and rolling. See you later.